So we are here at round 2 Drift Masters Rabócsiring in Hungary. We are so excited to be here. We are still buzzing from the last round. It really has made European drifting come alive. Everybody who is anybody is here at these events, and the competition level is crazy. We've sustained quite a lot of damage of round 1, obviously. You know, the driving level was seriously intense, and you had to just throw it all out there. You know, in the battles, you know, watching some of the runs in top 32, I really quickly realised that, you know, you had to be attacking from the very beginning. And, you know, we got a bit of damage, but the guys at G Garage managed to fix it up for us. And my team, SP Motorsport, managed to put the finishing touches on it here in Hungary. And yeah, car's running really well. Practice has gone fairly good so far. Happy with how the car is, and looking forward to going into qualifying next.
So we're here at round 2 of the Drift Masters European Championship in Hungary. Round 1 didn't go to plan with us. We had diff failure in the top 32. It actually sheared a pinion, which I've never seen happen before, but we managed to do it. We got some parts back in the UK. We came over here to Hungary to fix everything, and we realised we had a bigger issue. Obviously, when the pinion sheared, it sent a shock through everything else and actually broke our bell housing. So we got everything here last night, and the guys had to really work all night long to get ready for practice today. And yeah, they did an awesome job. They got everything back together, and we've just completed practice here this morning, and everything seems to be working well for us. It's a tricky track, but we're starting to dial it in now. Qualifying is coming up soon, and really hope we can get a good qualifying result and carry that momentum into tomorrow for the main event.
So yesterday in qualifying was pretty tricky. First run, I think everybody got out and managed to get a fairly solid run down in the dry, and then went in for a fairly safe run. Second run, as we got to the start line, waiting for our turn, and the rain just started to spit very, very, very gently. But we quickly realised it was enough that there was no smoke really on the track, and everybody was losing a lot of traction. Obviously, I knew on the start line when I went out for the second run that we had no idea what was going to happen on turn 1, because we had no practice at all in the rain here. So just threw it in there, and of course it was very, very greasy, especially when we was going across the outer clipping points where the track's painted, picking up a lot of angle and a lot of speed there. So managed to improve on my score from the first run with a 76, which a lot of other drivers got a 76, so it put us into 21st position with our first score as well. Saturday being today, main race day. Practice this morning, the track was completely wet. It rained last night really bad. So a lot of drivers struggling a lot in practice this morning. We chose to sit out of the practice because we're fairly confident that the weather's going to be pretty good this afternoon. Went out for the second practice in the dry just then, and the car has quite a bad power steering leak. Not really quite sure how it's happened just yet, but the boys are working on it, cracking away right now, just getting it fixed. We've got one more practice session coming up next, so I'm hoping we'll get some good laps in and pick up a bit of speed and a bit of grip, and going into the top 32, hopefully this afternoon we'll feel a little bit more confident and yeah, really be able to push.
So we're here, today is Saturday, main event day for round 2 of the Drift Masters European Championship. Yesterday we had qualifying. Our first run through was quite a steady run just to get us in the show. And we were ready to push hard for the second run in qualifying. This track in particular, you have to be very committed on entry. Obviously it's surrounded by walls, but you need to push 110%. Unfortunately, we had some rain just before our qualifying run, and the track was very changeable. So we couldn't push like we wanted to, and it didn't improve our first score. So we came in 17th place. And yeah, it's leaving quite a tough day for battles today. We have Enver Haskasap in the top 32, who's been quite impressive in round 1 and also here. And who knows what way the weather is going to go for the battles. So it just throws another thing to think about. So we'll push as hard as we can. and hopefully we can get a result today. It's going to be difficult, but we'll try our best, and yeah, hopefully we can pull it off and get through the battles and get a good position.
I don't wanna talk, I just wanna eat, not a little milk, I just wanna feast. I can do this calm, or I can do a beast. This track ain't bad when it's on the street. Yo, get out my face, I don't owe none. Switching my style like I'm on Trump. People pull up, it don't last long. All I need is figures, ayy. 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 Back in the lab with the back in the mic. So that right, I'm ahead of my tracks. Yo, bitch, mad, but you want that pipe. And I got outfits, good, now I am the man. Niggas be talking like they the man. Put it away, never save it, man. I don't got nothing to say to man. All I need is figures, get figures. But enough to buy a house in the villa. Don't test on the track, I'm a killer. New starters wanna flow, hey, we been paying at it. If you pull up, you get sent back. Nothing but else where your wins at. A bitch can't see your name, motherfucker, that's impact. Nigga, that's balls. Nigga, when I pull up, got drive like, hey, crashing on the mansion, on the network, dancing on the back. Swear y'all work like no time. Swear y'all work like no lies. Swear y'all work like no crime. That mean I get no time. Stack up till my fingers bigger. Ain't no hit, I got a mission. All this shit, I know that mission.
Going into top 32, me and Nigel both knew it was going to be really tough. You know, every battle here is never going to be easy. Once you get into top 32, every driver in the top 32 has nearly just about won a national championship or has podiumed many, many times before and got serious machines. So I was up against Hipke in the BMW, and all weekend from the very beginning, practice yesterday, he just looked the fastest out on track. And I knew it was going to be tough, and I knew I had to just throw it as fast as I could in on entry and just try to stay with him as long as possible. I knew he was going to probably pull away from me a little bit just because of his pace, but just try and stick it with him as long as we could, and that's kind of what we did. Chase run, I felt that we were slightly unlucky. I threw it in as hard and as fast as I could go. Got on a lot of angle, and he just ploughed the side of the door. There's quite a lot of damage to the door. Door wasn't even open at the moment. He hit the wheel as well, and kind of pushed me offline a little bit. But at the same time, judges deemed it wasn't enough to impede my line. So going through the rest of the run, he was fairly well with me. And over the two runs, the judges found it in his favour. Slightly gutted about it. You know, we were really hoping to progress on to top 16 and go forward and try and fight for a podium. But that's Drift Masters at the moment. You know, top 32 could easily be as tough as being in a final. And anybody in the top 32 can win. You know, every single driver here is more than capable of making it to the final. And I think it's going to be one of those years where it's just going to be needing a little bit of luck and going to have to push really hard. So from here we go back to the workshop. We've got loads of cool events coming up. We've got Goodwood Festival of Speed, we've got Gap Bill. I'm really looking forward to going to Riga. Hopefully my PS13 will be finished and we'll debut it at Riga, which I'm really looking forward to. It's a really, really fast track. We're going to leave here on the high that we are looking forward to getting the PS out. We've got loads of cool events coming up, and hopefully when we get to Riga we can fight for a podium. I definitely feel Nigel was unlucky to go up against Haskasap. He's definitely one to keep an eye on, definitely one to watch, and Nigel was just unlucky to meet him in the top 32. You know, he did the best he could. We can't ask any more, and yeah, unfortunately at this round it wasn't just good enough. And again, we'll move into round 3 Riga. We'll go back to the workshop, reset, and come back out bigger and better and fighting harder.